Coming in second place took place in Seattle, Washington. The main event was quite spectacular with Brock Lesnar defeating Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. Featured the last time we ever saw The Rock and Stone Cold going at WrestleMania, as well as a Hulk Hogan versus Mr. McMahon. In a street fight, it is WrestleMania 19. It was voted on by all of us, myself, Mountain, and Max. I'll put it number two. Vitamin J put it number four, and D3 put it number three.
I mean, this one finally had the rightful man winning, with The Rock going over Stone Cold,
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
and
Again,
and that was a really good match. That honestly, I mean, I can see why they put Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar to be in the event, because at this time they were, they were like title should be the main event. But in retrospect, you could have put Rock Stone Cold and no one would have said anything.
I think they definitely would if they knew that was going to be Stone Cold's last match.
Yeah, the only blemish on this, the only big
Yeah.
blemish, at least in my opinion, is Triple H beating Booker T.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
that-
That's why I pushed. I wanted to put it higher, but that one, like, I still get like upset over Triple H beating Booker T to this day because it just made no sense
Yeah.
for him to go over.
If Booker T had won, that really
And,
shot this
and it's just the
WrestleMania.
way he lost as well. He ate like a pedigree, and then they're both laying down forever, and then Triple H crawls to Booker T and then puts his arm on him, and he's counting to three. Like you normally with that kind of spot, you'd expect a kick out, but no, it was a three
Yeah.
count this time.
And the only thing, I mean, in the Undertaker match in this is probably one of his lesser WrestleMania.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the Big Show A Train.
They tried
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
hard
That
with
match.
Nathan Jones, and then at WrestleMania they realized, oh, he's really terrible. We probably shouldn't have him wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had, because it's supposed to be a tag team match, but then they had Big Show and A-Train beat him up, and then it was a handicap match, and then at the end Nathan Jones ran in to help the Undertaker.
And he screwed that up too. He did a kick and fell down.
Yeah, he had a great look, but you need more than that.
Yeah, I will say this WrestleMania was definitely like it didn't start off great. It really ended well.
Yeah, let's see. The first match was the
It was the Hardy and well, at least the one that wasn't pre-show was Hardy and beating Rey Mysterio for the or he retained the Cruiserweight Championship. That was
the Kane and RVD match was pre-show.
Yeah, that was like Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was kind of interesting. Yeah, because the order went Hardy, then the Undertaker match, then Trish Stratus and beating Victoria, Team Angle defeating Chris Benoit, Rhino, and Los Guerreros, and then also
Michaels beat Chris Jericho.
Michaels, yep.
That was a good
Triple
match.
H. Triple H beat Booker T, Hulk Hogan beat Mr. McMahon, Rock beat Stone Cold, and Lesnar beating Kurt Angle. I will also say the Hogan versus McMahon, that was another good package. That was really cool. And especially with like, it got very personal between them since their long history. Granted, some of the stuff they said, I don't think was all promo. There was some stuff that I felt was like actual digs at each other. If you watch that package, I felt there was stuff Hulk Hogan and McMahon said to each other. I'm like, I feel this is not just promo. I feel you really are. This is really you trying to say that this pissed me off about you, buddy. But that was a great package.
And that match was better than any right to be.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, Vince may not be a good wrestler, but he definitely will do whatever it takes to put a spectacle on. He'll do anything.
Believe for it.
Oh yes, he's willing to take chair shots.
You remember how bloody he got versus Undertaker? He was gushing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, man, yeah. When Vince Blaze, man, he gets in deep. He wants to be covered.
Yeah, he's not half-assing it, dude. He's getting color for sure.
But yeah, I do think even though Rock Austin could have been, they could main event any WrestleMania, signed a check and they'll do it. but I do think Lesnar Angle was a worthy bout, and I'll probably talk
Yeah.
depending on if it's on our list tomorrow. I won't talk too much about it, but the fact that they were able to have a finish to the match after the bot shooting star press was pretty impressive as well. Kind of similar to what we were talking about with the Undertaker match. Lesnar had a concussion, and they kind of had to wing the last bit of the match. And you could, if you were watching it, you could probably tell Lesnar was hurt, but you probably wouldn't have known that wasn't the planned finish. You would probably have thought that was that's the way it was supposed to go.
Thank God he had that thick neck.
Yeah.
First of all, it's just impressive that he actually was able to do that back in the day.
Yeah.
Man,
If anyone
his
said he
body-
couldn't do it, there's video of him doing it in OVW.
Yep, clean, very clean.
I mean, Lesnar's the best athlete in WWE history, so I mean,
Yeah, and funny enough, the only one that could compete with him is maybe Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Kurt Angle's definitely the better wrestler, pure wrestler type thing.
Oh yeah, but it's just like the size and strength and speed of Lesnar. I mean, no one can match it.
No.
True. It's ridiculous what he could do in his prime. This was also the time period where, remember, and I'm glad they kind of got away from this, where whoever won the Royal Rumble won the title, but they would win the title every single time. I'm glad they kind of got away from it to kind of throw a little more, like, you don't know, just because you won the Royal Rumble doesn't always mean you're going to win the title. So that was kind of, I just remember there's a bunch of WrestleMania straight, whoever won the title. So.
Well, Triple H was first, not in this one, but and I forget which WrestleMania it was, but Triple H was the first heel to win a WrestleMania main event. I think it was WrestleMania 16 or something like that. But he was the first one in 16 WrestleManias that won the main event as a heel.
Oh yeah.
Because Hulk Hogan was in a bunch of those, and he won't lose.
I mean, Hulk Hogan, I think he won the first 4 or so main events.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm. He even added himself to him.
Yeah, and if he didn't main event, he was still involved somehow.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go through the honorable mentions. We'll just go through all of them because there's only 3. So we're gonna go first with Vitamin J. You voted for WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, it's a great WrestleMania.
Best cash-in of all.
It featured the best main event cash-in in my opinion, of all time. And the match of Brock Lesnar and Miran's was actually really good up until that point as well.
City was formed that day.
Actually, it wasn't there.
And it featured.
It was during the triple threat.
Yeah, it was. He was. He was.
Oh, but
just
he didn't say it then.
Yeah, he
He
said
didn't
it.
say it.
Yeah, he said
I
it.
thought he said it during a John Cena match.
No, he said it during the Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because
No.
he did it during this match.
There you go. That's why I'm a casual, and they're aficionados.
So and then also this featured one of the best RKOs with Randy Orton, Seth
Oh,
Rollins.
yes.
RKO.
Oh my gosh! Can you set it up for what happened in case people forgot?
Yeah, so Seth Rollins was going for the stomp, which is he just runs and does like a curve stomp, and then so Randy Orton popped up, and then Seth Rollins jumped in the air, and then he ate an RKO. It's really well done.
At least 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, he jumped very high.
Oh
for
my
that.
gosh! Yeah, that thing.
If whoever's watching, if you're an older wrestling fan and haven't seen it, you should definitely look up Randy Orton's RKO on Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it's hard to believe people haven't seen it, but yeah, go ahead and rewatch it if you have seen it.
Yeah. I also want to point out something. There was a match. So we liked during Premier Live events. We like to do brackets. We'll do these little brackets where we compete with each other. We say who's gonna win. We have they'll have other stuff in there. We might put special guests, how many special appearances, all that. We'll go against each other. We'll tally it up and we compete. Just to add a little more spectacle and a little more fun for us and to see who was right that day. I would like to bring up, there was this match that took place. A good match. And I told these guys, it was Triple H versus Sting. I told you all Triple H was winning, and Sting, there's no way they're about to let Sting win. They all said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Every one of them put Sting, but I said no. Triple H is winning, and when Triple H won, they were all salty, and they said, "Yes, now I agree with you. Sting should have won." But I just knew
It made no
WWE
sense for him to win.
WWE was not going to let a WCW star over one of their top WWE stars. Is the only reason why I knew that, because I was like, how petty Vince McMahon is with certain things. There's no way they're giving Sting over Triple H. WrestleMania. It was a great match. They brought NWO. They brought DX. It was a good match.
Yeah, the only thing about the black and white NWO coming out was like it made no sense to me because Sting's whole thing was feuding with the black and white. I think it should have been like the Wolfpack, since Sting was an actual member of the NWO Wolfpack.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But they wanted, I mean, well, yeah, even Hogan at one time was a member of the Wolfpack, so I think they should have just done Wolfpack because Sting didn't. Sting feuded with black and white.
Which RIP to Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Yes. News came out today. This probably date the
Time of
episode.
filming.
Yes, news came out today. That's Scott Hall passed. So rest in peace to the bad guy.
The bad guy.
One of Hunter's favorites, Razor Ramon.
Yep. He's one of my favorites.
So yeah, that was cool. All in all, good match. You had even the build up with it. Their entrances were both really cool. Sting got all the drums and all that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And then John Cena Rusev, that was a good match. Good setup with the whole Russia angle and then Rusev coming out in the tank.
That was pretty awesome.
Undertaker, Bray Wyatt.
Video package.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also kind of with you saying Russia, like right now, Russia versus US, that would have been really something right now with the times right now. But we're not gonna get into that. But yeah.
Yeah, and then Undertaker beating Bray Wyatt. It's basically the whole.
Bray should have won.
The whole feud was carried by Bray Wyatt because the Undertaker didn't show up or do anything until WrestleMania. So it was kind of hard to really get. I mean, people cared about it because you have two supernatural characters, but you couldn't get as into it as I feel like you should have because Undertaker didn't even tease an appearance until WrestleMania. So, but I mean, it was a fine match.
It was good. I will say this was one of the other times that if Taker was going to lose, I would have preferred him to lose because you would have had the older person from the weird supernatural angle taking it from the newer person taking it from the because they were similar. The ideas of the characters were similar.
So I would have been fine with Bray Wyatt winning, but obviously from what we know now, WWE probably never really fully believed in Bray Wyatt. So as we see, he's no longer there. So
true. Also, I don't think you were going to have Undertaker lose back-to-back years.
No.
After he won all those, you weren't going to have back-to-back losses. Yeah.
What's not?
We're gonna discuss this other one. Okay, we're gonna all sit back because only two people need to talk right now. We're gonna talk about WrestleMania 3, which the Mountain put at number 3. So some of that's regarded by many as one of the worst WrestleManias.
Yeah.
I have never watched it, so I have no opinion in this. But you guys can go ahead and have this.
Hunter, what can you tell me about this WrestleMania besides Hogan Andre? What can you tell me?
Well, I mean, it did have Steamboat and Macho Man. That was one of the best matches in WrestleMania history.
Yeah. All right.
So I mean, there's that.
Jacob was testing you. Jacob was testing you. He wanted to know if you knew that. I guarantee you that's what he was asking.
So well, I would hope that you knew that, but I don't know if I'm gonna throw the challenge flag. I don't think you've seen 75% of this WrestleMania. I don't think you've seen it.
I've seen. Let me look at the card. I've seen 1, 2.
I know, man. I don't know.
I've seen about 6 of these matches.
This is a rough WrestleMania to get through. This is a very important WrestleMania. Very in terms of what happened, but as terms of good WrestleManias.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is our favorite WrestleMania.
Is this one that was in 3 different locations?
Yeah, I do believe so. But it's just no, it's not good. It's so. No, Max. Now think about WrestleMania 2 is the one that's filmed in multiple locations. No, I just no. This rewatching this. This is just no. It's so bad. Minus like the two moments, and the Hogan Andre match isn't even good. Minus the body slam.
It's because Andre couldn't move. Jake, it's
I
not
know
about how
Andre
good the match is.
couldn't move.
It's the
I-
moment.
I'm just saying. I just
It made Hogan's career. It made his
to-
career.
What number on your list was it, Hunter?
It's
That-
3.
to have
Three?
this to
Wow.
have this sniff a top 5 all-time WrestleManias is just I don't know.
You know, Hunter is a Hogan mark, and this launched Hulkamania to the stratosphere.
Exactly.
This isn't even like
Exactly.
Hogan's best WrestleMania. I mean, that would be
Oh
WrestleMania
no,
5.
it's
Yeah.
not even one of his. I mean, I can name a few WrestleMania matches he had better than this one.
Like I'm saying, even like even like 2 years later, WrestleMania 5 was much better.
Hey, when
It
I
may
said
be a
it
better match,
before,
but again, Jacob, I'm a filthy casual, and this, I mean, like Max said, made Hogan even. I mean, shot him to the moon. Like this is what did it right here.
but this is also one of the most unliked WrestleManias.
Yeah, the only one that I can think of that. Well, there's a few.
It's this in 20. They compare this one to
Yeah.
27.
And WrestleMania 9.
Which one was 27?
Miz, Cena.
The where everybody knew it was more about Miz Rock.
And WrestleMania,
Might be 9 I'm thinking about.
WrestleMania 9 was the Bret Hart Yokozuna where Hogan comes out at the end and gets the title,
I mean,
Which
I was like, well, I don't see the problem. I was like, I don't see the problem.
which also featured
what's the problem? What's
which
the
also
problem?
featured the Sterling WrestleMania match of The Undertaker and Giant Gonzalez.
Like, I remember us watching that on your Undertaker DVD, and I fell asleep during that match. It was so bad.
Yeah. If we ever do worse WrestleMania matches, I'm sure that would be on my list.
That's definitely Undertaker's worst match in his WrestleMania catalog. There,
Oh, yeah,
definitely
easy.
his worst. What a
Yeah.
terrible
I
gimmick!
gotta say, Undertaker didn't pull his weight that match.
Oh my god.
It was his fault.
That's all his fault.
Like
dude.
Giant
All his
Gonzalez,
fault, dude.
Giant Gonzalez, solid worker. I mean,
Solid.
everybody.
I mean, solid work rate.
That was pure muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the physique, right?
I don't even think Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart could have pulled a good match out of him.
Shows how good they are.
It happens. It happens.
Vince loved
So
his big
with
guys.
this one, I am gonna go to the next honorable mention that I think it was myself and Max voted for. Both voted for this one. Max put it 5th. I put it 4th. It was the first time of Stone Cold versus Rock featured in a no disqualification for WWF Championship WrestleMania 15.
Yeah, I included because I like all the Stone Cold Rock matches. So I had real trouble deciding the 5th one. And what else? Hold on, let me look at my card here. What else happened? Oh yeah, also Undertaker Kane. That was a big spectacle. The match was so, but the idea of the two going together. Oh, also Kane's the first one to kick out of a tombstone. He kicked out of 2 of them.
Oh, you said WrestleMania 15?
Max,
Yeah.
this was Undertaker Boss Man.
Yeah, that's Undertaker.
Oh, did I get the wrong one? Oh wait,
Oh,
WrestleMania
so-
14. WrestleMania 14 was Kane Undertaker. My bad. This was Kane versus
Triple H.
Is Kane on this card?
Yeah,
Kane.
he beat Triple H by DQ. It was like a quick little thing, like 10 minutes.
I should scrap everything I said.
Describe it. And Max, but this also had Butterbean knocking out Bart Gunn. So,
Yeah,
there
that
you go.
that is a. I mean, if you watch that as a, you want to talk about knockout? That's a true knockout. Butterbean didn't know what hit him.
Straight. I mean, freaking lights out.
I don't know what they were thinking, man. I don't know, man. That was bad. That's probably one of Vince's worst ideas.
Yeah, Philip, you know what happened? I didn't mean WrestleMania 15. I meant WrestleMania 14.
We'll talk about 14.
What are you going to?
Well, the reason I put 14, not 15, was because that essentially, like Hunter put WrestleMania 3, I put 14 because this one pretty much launched Stone Cold to be the mega star that he became. And also, like I said, the Kane Undertaker match was pretty. I like the storyline building between those two. It was always great. Yeah, let me look at the card here online because apparently I wrote the wrong thing down.
You
You have
had
Stone Cold
rest of it-
versus HBK.
Yeah, Stone Cold,
with Mike Tyson.
with Mike Tyson, which was a huge deal back then, and really helped bring WWF at the time back into the discussion with WCW, because I think during this time WCW was mopping the floor with them. So this really helped them get. I don't think they beat them yet in the ratings, but this definitely wasn't too far after.
Yeah, and then during this time, Shawn Michaels was dealing with back problems because of that casket match. So the match with Stone Cold was good. It wasn't like an all-time classic, but I mean, Shawn Michaels was limited at that time because of that casket match.
Also, it had that moment with Mike Tyson turning because
Yeah.
he was supposed to be with DX, and then he turns out to help Stone Cold.
He knocks out Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels sells it quite well. Like flat back bump. No, it's very well done.
I would say with some of these WrestleManias, and this is the thing that I really like, WWE's always like understood to an extent, is how they've made it mainstream, especially for their biggest event. It's kind of like what the Super Bowl is, and I think, okay, I might get into AEW. I feel like people need to understand of why WWE has the success it has is because WWE has keeps understanding it needs to be mainstream, that the mainstream audience, especially at your biggest event, you need the mainstream audience and your casuals to want to watch it. You can't just depend on your hardcore fans because there's only so many hardcore fans, but you need a wider variety of every single big moment and bring in like a Mike Tyson, especially at that time was, like Max said, was so huge. Or like when they did WrestleMania 1, they had Mr. T there and how big that was to like really engulf it. That I think some other companies, yeah, they have maybe better hardcore fans, but they're not mainstream enough, and that's why they're not getting bigger.
Yeah.
You want the money, you need to go mainstream.
Yeah.
You can't build on the marks. You got to get casuals too.
Yeah.
ECW lasted as short as it did.
Because it had the hardcore fans, but they didn't have the mainstream.
You see what happened when they went to TNT? You know, didn't last long there.
I did watch when they brought it back for a little bit, but still, yeah. We're gonna get into our number one, the one you have not heard yet, and you're probably wondering where it is. Well, maybe you are. Some of you guys might be screaming, be like, "Where's this one?" But the number one, our biggest one, especially knowing around our age, and we've talked about this time very well. It featured an epic ladder match. Featured the end of the Attitude Era. Great match. Also had a great singles match. Undertaker versus Triple H. Rock versus Stone Cold was main eventing. It was part 2, no disqualifications, as well as Edge and Christian ladder match. It is WrestleMania 17. It was voted on number 1 across the board.
I just want to say all my
25 points.
WrestleManias made the list. I'm just saying.
I think I don't know. I think at least 3 of them.
You hadn't missed one. Bobby was the only one. D3 had every single one of his make it.
I'm just that good. I'm talented.
Not a contest, man.
No, but yeah, like
Not a contest.
almost everything about this WrestleMania is really well done. Like even like something that it wasn't as high in the card, like Kane and Raven and Big Show in the Triple Threat Hardcore match, they made a spectacle out of it. 'Cause they were like driving all throughout the backstage area, just beating the crap out of each other. So that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that was
Eddie Guerrero versus Taz.
Kurt Angle versus Benoit.
Yep. Any current on Benoit match, you know you're gonna get a good match. And then the big moment of China finally beating Ivory because they had they had the injury angle with China. I can't remember if it was at a Rumble or whatever. And then she finally came back and squashed Ivory to win the women's title. So that was a big deal for her. And China was
2 minutes.
yeah, China was really popular at the time. So
The issue that China faced is that they had no one in the division to.
yeah,
that was
she doesn't last too much longer after this WrestleMania. Actually, doesn't last too much longer in the company.
She really had no woman realistically that could beat China.
Well,
she would have been good in this era. She would have been much better fitted in this era.
Yeah, once you have her
she
win the
would,
Intercontinental title, I think she won it like twice. Once you do that, it's kind of hard to go back into the women's division.
And then you got Shane versus Vince.
Which was a pretty decent street fight.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then
Again, Vince laid it on the line.
the amazing TLC match, Edge and Christian winning again.
Yeah. Yeah, that match is so. I mean, legendary.
I know a lot of people
Again,
say it helped
Iconic moment.
revolutionize tag team wrestling, but
Mhm.
really
I
good.
mean these. I mean those three tag teams. I mean, three of the best in WWE history almost. I mean, up there definitely.
Definitely up there.
And I'm gonna be honest, I totally forgot about the gimmick battle royal.
Yeah, Sheiky
Yeah, I
baby
forgot
won.
about that one.
I
Yeah, I forgot about
totally.
that.
I just
That was to
totally.
give you a breather after that tag team match.
Yeah, that was the come to match. And then Undertaker Triple H, that was a great match. There's like a ref bump, and the ref was like absolutely dead because Undertaker and Triple H fought outside the ring for like 10 minutes.
This is the
Oh yeah,
first.
I remember.
This is the first time
We
they
all
met.
know, we all know the refs in WWE just must they. I don't know what the testing they go through, but
Yeah.
they are brittle.
There was
For
that
a minute.
the bump, and then like I guess all the other refs were busy. But yeah, they just beat the heck out of each other all throughout the around the arena,
Yeah.
and then they come
It's like
back in.
it's like they could have at least like had like someone go back to the ref and punch him again. You know,
Well, they
it could
should
have
have
been something
just
like
they
that.
should have honestly. I mean, it was a really good match, but they should have just made it like a no DQ or something, so they don't even have to worry about
Yeah.
doing the ref bump. Because it was just a straightforward singles match.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is what they tell the ref. Hey, man, just die.
Yeah,
Just die out
I'm
there.
guessing
Yeah.
the reason they didn't was because Rock and Stone Cold was also no DQ, so I guess they didn't want to do
Yeah.
two.
Back to back. Yeah, back to back. No DQ matches.
Yeah, I won't talk too
Yeah,
much about
but-
Rock Wrestling because I'm certain that's going to be on another one of our lists.
Yeah,
But again,
Uh,
video package for that is I think is the best one they've done.
yeah, really well
The
done.
My Way.
Throughout that whole build, you could see little hints and stuff that Austin will do anything to get the belt, and then he aligns himself with his most hated enemy, Vince McMahon, and that a lot of people consider that, like Phil said, to be the end of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't a big fan of that move, but
Heel Stone Cold was good, but the fans just didn't want to boo him, so it was really hard to do.
I don't think heel Stone Cold's as bad as people say it was. It's just like Jake said, this is no one wants to boo Stone Cold, so.
mhm.
There was actually some pretty good comedy in Heel Stone Cold because he had a little mini like rivalry with Kurt Angle over Vince McMahon's affection. So there's some entertaining moments, but again, people wanted like the serious, butt kicker Stone Cold. Overall, though, well done. I mean, yeah, I'm guaranteed we're gonna do when we do our top 10 WrestleMania matches, this will be on there. So we'll definitely go into more of
Also,
the spots.
from the Undertaker DVD, the Triple H Undertaker package was also really good.
Yeah, I mean, all their packages at this time was great. Well, I
And
mean, they still do a good job from time to time when they're motivated.
When they like do the packages, they were like they're pretty quality. So very very great. Um, so those are our top 5 WrestleManias of all time. Let us know what you thought. Did you agree with our list? Did you not agree with our list? Maybe there's some WrestleManias that you've watched, maybe that you thought should have superseded the expectations. Did you agree with Jacob that WrestleMania 3 sucks? Or are you on Hunter's side and you say, no, it was the greatest thing ever? Let us know in the comments below. Also, we do have some special news. I will let Vitamin J or Max take it.
Yes. So soon, Jake and I are the biggest wrestling fans here, and we've always wanted to do this where we go back and watch the Monday Night Wars from the inception of Nitro. So Jacob and I are going to be doing a show where we review WWE and WCW on a monthly basis and compare the two shows and see where the angles are, what the storylines are, match quality, and see which one we like better, and we'll continue that all the way through the Monday Night Wars, and we're hoping to get those out soon. Again, we'll be doing a monthly review, so the first month will be September because that's when Nitro first came on TV. So we'll be reviewing September WCW Nitro versus WWE Monday Night Raw.
Awesome. All right. I do want to give a couple special shout outs: Tina Johnson, Michael Jeffrey, Eddie Anderson, Edward Horton, Rika Baba, for commenting with our latest videos. Thank you guys for commenting. Please keep the comments coming. Let us know whether you agree. Let us know if there's any other stuff you want to do. We have some ideas kind of we're floating around, kind of to give you guys more content than just us talking about our top 10s and top 5s. Granted, we know you enjoy them, but we want to switch it up and give you some more content. If you have any ideas that of stuff you would love to hear us talk about, maybe you want us to go in depth look in one of the WrestleManias and we watch it and we do really match for match breakdown, really thoughts and more into it, we can definitely let us know. Again, my name is Legacy. You can follow me at wisdom_legacy.
Yeah, my name's Max. Please follow us on YouTube and please comment. But I don't want to see any comments saying that any WrestleMania is better than 17. I won't hear it. There is no WrestleMania better than 17.
RD3, I do not have any social media.
I'm Vitamin J. You can follow me at Twitch at Vitamin J, and look forward to the Nitro/Raw dissection that we will be doing.
Hunter/Mountain, and yeah, don't do social media. You'll be a lot happier.
Please
All right,
follow, like, subscribe.
Yep.
Yeah, like and subscribe to notice.
Turn on notifications. Thank you again for another great episode. It was awesome.